a little bit more wobbly on their feet. I'm expecting Vitality big things is the underlying message of what I'm getting at.
I'm feeling you that one. Absolutely. I'm with you. And as we're right now getting close to our first execution, it's gonna start off good for Akuma, but Chalabik is at least countering that. While Vitality haven't decided yet entirely, the A site seems to be that intriguing spot where they'll end up on, but nope, still taking their time.
No Viper as well on the side of BDS. They talked about it on the desk. Could prove to be tricky. No counter really to these one-ways. Moving through on that short. Very difficult to move on through. I hate that crosshair Gatch, but we'll have to put up with it. Moving on up to the U-Hauls. They go for the push. Trying to take down Takas, but not really going to be able to do too much there. Logan for one, but Vitality chime in for two as the Spike gets planting.
Proper stuff. Well, Spike is not going to hit the ground on the end of the day. All working fine for the BDS side of things. A very, very awkward round we just witnessed. I mean, coming down to the time, very unlucky scenario at the end of the day, but still surprising to me to some degree. BDS, a team that, you know, started this trend, or is one of the few that started this trend on the six-man rosters where you swap up players. I am genuinely not sure if I'm a fan of it yet, to be honest. It's so difficult to really predict if that's a good idea or not, because you always have to put into the equation, who do I prac with, what map, when and why, and what way do I swap around? Because it's not Lego. You can't just put one block on the other and say, haha, that's it, done. No, it's not working that easy.
I think that is how it's notoriously simple to build Legos. So.
See, but
no
not like this.
No complexity. What can I say? But already over towards Hookah. BDS opening up on the defense, and Logan holding strong for now on the top of the tube. Drop backs to sight. And with that, a rethinking strategy needs to start to come on through from Vitality. On the pistol, you're right, it felt chaotic. It felt like there wasn't a clear-cut plan. They really didn't clear too much of the site. They looked like they wanted to get a fast plant, but it just couldn't happen. And they didn't have a fallback coming on through. So now they need to try and pick up as many as they can. And moving on in, Gatch, if he pushes too far, might just be the guy to go down.
Good stuff from Sender. Logan is taking a bit of room over onto Hookah. And only Vac and Sender remain. That 2 versus 4 seems impossible, and it should obviously remain impossible, but we saw sometimes brush mistakes cost them lives and rounds. Well, Vac, good luck, have fun, but no Vac shots from him. 2-0 for BDS. Now the real weaponry is coming out for the big V.
Vitality looking to put those guns back in their hands, and obviously with the bonus round from BDS, this is the standard set plays that you see in terms of round numbers. Vitality look to try and take this one down. In terms of bind, I feel like, you know, you've got Shalabi on that raise, such a known player on this agent, coming through from his performances in previous rosters, in Team Anubis, back in MENA, in Egypt as well, representing in the campus clash. So fantastic stuff from this guy. Really a standout player. Raise a specialty potentially for Shalabi, and we'll see if they're able to have the impact that they're looking for on it. Here on Bind. Obviously Bind, one of the more prolific raise style maps, clearing out places like Hookah, clearing down U-Hauls, a lot of power to move through quickly, and the lineups that this guy has in the back pocket are insane as well. So look out for those from Shalabi, but BDS, and they're giving them no quarter.
That's healthy. You got to play only with 3 in this one, and considering we're coming out of bonus situation, a bit surprising in the end. 50 more seconds on that clock remaining. And Sender's going to be realizing, I can't pretty trespass that one, and suddenly the support could just arrive easily. Well, you have to break that wall. Are you, though, dedicating yourself to that site?
Zoning away, keeping those blast packs there. Shalabi moving forwards quickly, covering ground.
30 seconds
Vitality own the A site right now, but there's a lot of forces looking to retake it from them, and they're in a really good spot to do it.
Yeah, you don't want to end up like that round number 1 where suddenly the time is not even in your favor anymore. But Vitality got the spike down. BDS are intrigued to make this a swift one, but there is a lot of opposition that is just awaiting them. Loki playing on the edge of that wall, but just falls down in time. And as Cinder falls as well, it might just all collapse. It is only Loki standing. Vitality need the first round, but they don't get it. BDS, once more on it. Brilliant stuff. And the most worrying sign for me right here, John, orbital strike.
Very difficult to play through. Very, very difficult. Not only, well, to be fair, not even only to play through, right? It's also difficult to hold off in a post plant. And that's kind of where Vitality slipped up a little bit there. They weren't covering off short. They felt like that was going to be guarded with those sight lines. And all credit to BDS. You know, it's so tempting. You're playing 2 players in U-Hauls, you hear that spike starting to get planted, and you want to swing, right? You want to be going out and getting those frags, stopping that plant. But the calls come through. They say, chill out. Let's wait. We're gonna hold. We're gonna let them get this spike down, and we're gonna retake us 4. That's exactly what came through. They played it perfectly timed, and they allowed Vitality to sink themselves in that ship that they sailed all the way up to the A site.
Takis moving backwards. No Lamb's control out, but Vitality, well, that was swift, that was fast. Spikes on the ground, over on the A site, and as Takis is holding Lambs comfortably and casually. Is he hitting him off guard? Yes, he does. BDS don't want to end the streak anytime soon. He doesn't see a thing, though. Poor Takis blind in the end and definitely needs some glasses. But here it comes. The orbital strike gets all the players out of Lambs. Brams is taking a long way around, who still has a Molotov to do something in the post plant at least. But still, the control has been taken. They have halved it. They go on. And the Tower of Strength called BDS is going to be taken out. They still have an opportunity to deny the defuse. But the Molotov has not landed according to plan. This could be working. Oh, gosh, you got to do something about it. And there's no chance. That spike's going to explode and blow them all up. Time was their friend and utility as well.
The new blood for Vitality holds them in the round. Brings that one on the board, gets them off the mark. A great round to do it as well. That's going to hit the BDS economy. It's going to make sure that they can keep it unlimited and just, you know, get them a little bit more chilled. Shadowby, you can see, nails that headshot. Even with the half there, just tucks away in the corner. Had 2 blast packs available as well. If Gatcha tried to stick that, it would have been going down either way. So fantastic stuff from Vitality to be able to pick up that round. Now we're into a full rifle, an A-site on the cards. No orbital strike to contend with. You've got the Seekers, you've got the Viper's Pit. If this is a Vitality that if you get onto site, you're not taking it back.
Tell me what you want, but you hate to see this. I mean, I don't necessarily hate to see it because of Vitality one, but you hate to see it because the reasonable thought would have been BDS easy retake lol, but that obviously didn't happen. And a minute 10 on the clock, it seems like they now fell in love with the A site, at least for the moment. And I don't know how you feel about it. For a second, I thought 5 players end up on the A site for BDS.
Vitality still yet to make that full move, but trying to exit out the showers. There's the paint shell over the top. The slows, the utility being invested now for Vitality. They're loading it up. They're trying to cock the gun, and there goes that Viper's Pit. They're trying to just hold on to this with everything they've got. They've even got the Showstopper now available. Sender falls. The Viper's Pit's down.
That's the worst. Absolutely the worst. 30 seconds. And they haven't even wasted a thought on swapping positions. Intrigued over the A site, and they'll go with it. Spike, though, once more dropped to the ground, whilst Takis doesn't stand a chance. Logan is here for the revenge, and the body's got the control over the side, except Shalabai, who stands a major chance, but, well, there you go. No, he stays alive, but Akuma is closed the case. Oh, well, for a second I was somewhat scared, but no, they got that.
I mean, I said this is a Vitality that if they get onto the site, you're not going to take them off. It felt like they had never got onto that site. I mean, they dropped The Viper's Pit, sure, for Sender, got taken away. It was just never the case that they fully had control of a site. You need to be getting on there with everything. You need to be getting through. Now they don't have Seekers. Now they don't have that Viper's Pit. They have Orbital Strike and Showstopper. So this is a Vitality that needs to run as fast as they can and bang their faces against a wall to see if they can break onto the site. The question is, do they do it this round, or are they going to hold back for when they have a little bit more weaponry? I feel like you don't want to overinvest on these rounds when you could be looking for those pop-ups.
Very much indeed. And Jalep seems to be getting through to market. The nade is forcing him to make a move. Well, even the small little paint shells get him out of lamps easily. So lights out it is for him. Rodent, can he escape? Well, to some degree. Still, there is the judge. Verdict spoken, but Logan getting the headshot ready. No option for the Vitality side of things. Take your own medicine. Take it. 5-1 for BDS. Proper start.
Really solid. Yeah, absolutely. And counter to a lot of the thoughts, obviously, on the desk, on what we were saying here. I mean, sure, this is BDS's map pick. They should be more comfortable here. Picking it up, they think they have an advantage. So far, they've shown us that they have. But you have to take into consideration the momentum that's gained from that pistol round. Sure, you win a round. It's kind of only been 3 properly competitive rounds so far in this half. And of those, it's 2-1 right now to BDS. That is not really too much to worry about for Vitality just yet, but still, you need to be starting to put them up because you don't want to be down at the half on your defense here.
No, you don't want to be. Fully with you. And, you know, Vitality seem to be unfortunately missing a slight bit of ingenuity when it comes down to those executes, in the sense of that I hardly see any fakes, I hardly see any kind of swaps late in the round. It seems like they dedicate to a side and then they do it. And that ingenuity is just missing from the Vitality side. At least this is what it feels like.
Absolutely, and BDS are just ready and waiting to find these shots. They're landing damage. They're keeping them at bay with 45 seconds as well. Vitality are fairly committed to B. I mean, the spike's over towards that teleport. They can move over to A, but they just don't have those openings. This is what you potentially wanted to see. They've left the Viper on the defense. They've left that Viper with the Viper's Pit over there. Can Roden knock out these shots?
And this is where Logan chimes in. Goodness gracious, the right click coming in from Roden. This is nasty. Failing with his operator, making it work with the free pistol to get a round start. Roden is definitely on it, but not much more to do. Takas would still have the Viper's Pit, but he could be the savior of the round again. Takas is. It looked dangerous for a second, but put the Viper on the server and let him do the job. Excellent stuff coming out from him. Really strong performance. And at the same time, how scary it looked over on B.
Wow, fair enough. I mean, absolutely fantastic from Takas to run through and get this clutch. Let's take a look at that replay. I mean, clean retake coming through. Knew exactly where he was looking. 2 headshot kills. Brilliant. I was a little bit disappointed. The Rodent didn't get a little bit more value over on that long, but still that jumping right click, very, very valuable. Kept things to a minimum. And now comes the Viper's Pit. Controls the showers. And there's very little way that Vitality are going to be able to get back in on that A site. Luckily, they've spread out. They're not playing aggressive in just one position. Fortunately for them, though, they've lost both key ultimates on the Raze, on that Brimstone as well. So no Showstopper, no Orbital Strike going to be on the cards. That's going to slow them down a little bit. And with a round or 2, or maybe even 3 before Sender and Vac have the Seekers and the Viper's Pit online, it's looking pretty sparse right now when you're coming up against that. Well, obviously they invested the Viper's Pit this round on the defense for BDS, but you've got Logan on the Orbital Strike. That's going to hold you off. That's going to be very difficult to deal with. The advantage for BDS right now is more than 6-1. I'm looking at this and thinking 8-1 is really on the cards right now.
For you.
And every time I'm proved it a little bit wrong. Time to fall a little bit back. Roden nails the first shot for BDS over on this B site.
Yeah. And there he goes. There we go, the counter.
Marshall over op. Who knew?
And Logan got to be checked. This got to be a very cautionary measure. No chance in the end. And the spike has been brought into the sand. It doesn't vanish yet, but it's 5 more seconds to get that spike down. Is anyone going to hold him up in time? Yep, it's going to be Takas again. Doing an excellent stuff. And man, oh man, would have I expected this to be so one-sided. I genuinely wouldn't say that this is such a shrewdly BDS who are just doing this coruscating moves again and again. It is just a vitality, missing a bit of cohesion there, missing a bit of team play. And obviously, can you be mad at them? No, they're still playing with a stand-em at this point. And that's obviously way different than playing with a roster that even thought about extending to 6.
Yeah, it's certainly... and if you'd have said this game was going to be one-sided, not many people would have predicted that it was going to be this BDS dominant. Now with Sender on that Viper's Pit, they need to get up to the site, and this is just what Vitality have not been able to do. You spoke about a lack of ingenuity, and that is what it feels like. Vitality currently floundering to try and find an opening that just is not presenting itself. BDS have it on lock. They're moving people where they need to be. Vitality thinking about investing the res here over onto Shalabi, but Akuma's there to just take it straight down.
Vitality just... they simply can't flourish. Can't make up any space. No territory really gained early on in the round. It's not like they're working off any major advantage and then just wait it out. It's really just the execution that they coordinate and then, well, obviously execute. Who could have guessed? And as Rodent... it's just going away from all the action that's coming towards him. Spike most likely will hit the ground just this moment.
Okay. Sure. I mean, Takas just rolls straight on through, brings another player down, but the spike gets planted, and Vitality now have a little bit of control with no Viper's Pit. It's not full, but Loki nails another kill. Keeps them in the running, and Vitality look to try and hold on for now. Only threat comes from the site. Takas isolates them in the corner. Vac punches out with a back to the wall swing strong.
What?
Brams with 2. And a nail in the coffin there to the round. Vitality hold out the post plant against 4 from BDS.
And, well, I can't be lying to you. I'm a little bit bewildered by what just happened there. Vitality seemed like they could not win this with a proper double peek from Takas as well as Akuma, but it seems like communication was just missing there. Just double swing, and, well, there you have a sandwich of Vitality, but that didn't happen. But it's just round number 2. Obviously, 10 rounds could be secured by BDS, but, well, if Vitality finally got some fuel for their machine, and now they run and fire on all cylinders, we're gonna figure that out.
Here comes Rodent. There's a teleport as well that's come in through the back on the defense and swings out with the showstopper. Nails the kill onto Vac, and on a rifle round at this kind of round difference as well, that's a crucial pick for the defense on BDS. They take out Vac, they take out the Seekers, and really the only wrecking ball that can smash through the wall here to lead them in with that ultimate. Lucky for them is that they're not against too many ults from BDS. There is the res in hand, sure. But if they can take down that res, if they can take down the Sage, then all of a sudden, it's a different story. They equalize, and there's no possibility of that res. Moving over towards the B site, though, it's more than likely the Sage is going to be on the retake. If you take a player down towards their spawn, towards hookah, towards elbow, that's a resable position if BDS play their cards right. So you need to be worried, not only about if you can win these fights, but where you take them as well for this push for Vitality.
Shalabi entering the side with his mates. Taka's the only one waiting back in the container. The right timing, he's not gonna hit it. Well, he should have, but at the end of the day, shots were not on point. Well, suddenly, as we see right there, something has just left us. That was actually the possibility of a Viper's Pit, but as I say that, the revive, the resurrection didn't go according to plan, and, well, Vitality, their defiant approach is bringing them the third. Wouldn't have expected that necessarily. At the same time, well, somewhat unfortunate.
Yeah. The theory behind that res, I think, was sound. You get them up, you bait out the peaks, you try and force them to stop that res from going through. There was a player over in hookah and playing from spawn, but a crucial barrier orb from Loki isolates that player. No more do you have a crossfire coming through from spawn. You look towards hookah, you nail that player, absolutely take them out of the equation, and immediately you pick up a second as well. A quick trade down mid. It's good news for Vitality, but still they're down 7-3. Brahms forced now into play against this short, and Roden nails the shot with the Sheriff.
Oh, I would be surprised if BDS would be suddenly bogged down by what they've done just the previous few rounds, but obviously, what I learned from Kakuka, this is called a pocket round by BDS, so it seems like what they just pull out of their pockets works brilliantly. But, well, can be done in a matter of seconds. Swapping over to the side of A seems to be the direction. If it is a fake or not, depends if Vac is finding a kill or not. But here's the revive. Now they know where Brahms is. Take a look at that flank from Akuma.
Nailed the res there, needed that orbital strike on board for the post plant. If they can get up to sight, they can get the spike down again. They can look for it, but instead of the post plant, they invest it on the push, and it's gonna go well. Brahms takes one, Shalabi with another. Roden curtails it out of curtain, out of showers, but we'll pull the curtain across, and an excellent flanker to Thrifty comes through. BDS out of nowhere, retake the round.
Last round in the half.
You gotta be joking me that this is working out easily. No way at all. That suddenly BTS make it work off of a few pistols they bought.
Let's take a look at that. I hope we get to see Akuma. I mean, they open up, they get great kills. Vitality looking to move forwards, but all of a sudden Roden nails the shot on Shabali, and Akuma just bang, 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 bang. I think that's 6 shots total, taking down 2 players as Roden continues to rain down from the showers. Excellent from BDS to hold on to that.
Well, BDS off the leash, untethered, as they want to be that authoritative force over here on Binds, and most definitely they are for this second. Roden is coming with the support. The pain shells land right where they need to. Brahms is out, a kill after another, and suddenly Hook is becoming more of a slaughterhouse than a fuming room.
Vitality are going to be fuming after that last round. See if they can come back swinging. It looks like they're taking down Roden over on the long. Spike not committed yet, and it looks like a regroup on the cards of Vitality. Now they can choose where they want to go. No ults to contend with. They don't need to worry about a Viper's Pit on any entryways, which means they have the pick of the litter when it comes to it. And what this time has done is allowed BDS to push out, but what it's also allowed is for Vitality to consolidate their position, wait for this aggression, and use that to their advantage.
And this is where you really got to ask yourself if that push was mandatory, or if, I mean, I get it that you want to gain the piece of information and try to rule out where the aggression is going to come from. At the same time, well, you could call this an overextension, maybe to some degree, but it's not over. That round is not done yet. Takas, as well as his teammate, still stands somewhat of a chance. So, Count just taking his time. I still got my doubts that they actually make this one work. Sure, the wall is going to fall down any second soon. The snake bite might be valuable to get Loki out of position, but there's still 2 others who are very intrigued to make a move. And as I say that, back low HP to be taken out. At least that happened, but I got my doubts that much more than that is just going to be happening.
The Viper is still up and available for Sender.
No.
Has got the snake bite, and there's no way it can go through. There's just no time. No progress on the defuse. No bullets in the chamber. And the teleport's there to kill Gatch as well. 8-4 on the half. Vitality with a late resurgence, but still pretty significantly down at the half. Now it's their turn to hold out on the defense. Are they going to be stronger here? Are they going to be able to find those frags? It felt like they weren't proactive, and that's where they were losing out on their attack. Now it's their turn to be a little bit more reactive, and maybe that's more within their wheelhouse here on Bind against this roster from BDS.
I will not die here.
One enemy remaining.
And considering the kind of damage you deal in this round, it's nice and great. Obviously, not relevant as we're swapping sides. Well, oh well, will problems ensue for Vitality at this point?
Go for the throat.
Or will they rise like a monolith? I don't know. But at the same time, I'm sure I'm more than eager to find out. Same as for good John here, but at the same time... No way!
Oh, Brahms.
He's
Oh,
capitalizing on that!
They can't even peek him. There's pressure from Loki, and there's the teleport. Oh, Shalabi with the right click.
Last player standing.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Roden last man standing. The nade goes right where it belongs. 53 points of health left. That little Tasmanian tiger, no way.
Man, escaping the sightlines there. Drops out the Doomba as well. Isolate some of those bullets. Needs to get that reload in. Roden does manage it. And actually picks up the spike. Moves towards an orb. Vitality giving more quarter than you'd expect against BDS here.
Hold on.
Roden has made it to A site against all the odds and might even look to go around the world to B. I mean, sure. Vitality, they had the spike. They had a 3-player advantage. And they've let BDS get the spike all the way over to the other side of this
left.
map, all the way over onto B. 30 seconds, they haven't heard this plan. And now they've got to move. In a retake, you can find 2 picks. It's not unheard of.
Well, I just wanted to say I have some sort of precognition that this could be ending badly, but obviously I was wrong. Vitality starting off good. This brings us a 5th round in favor of the Big V, a team that still struggles to show us any big success on the big Valorant stage. At the same time, an orc that obviously wants to gain that. One of the biggest ones in the world, I would say. Either way, that's odd. I mean, that they let him pass that far, it's a little odd for me.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it's certainly a little bit of a misstep. It allows another point towards the ultimate for Roden, getting that spike planted, and sure, you pick up the kill towards the end of it. You've got Shalabi on an equal score, but it's a point that didn't need to be given over. I think you've got to worry about the tempo of those super high value ults like the Showstopper that can come and change around like nothing else. And moving up towards the long, it's now on to the second round. You're going to see those SMGs in the hands of Shalabi. You got the judge yet again, that blast pack lineup looking to try and come through.
Shalabi's going very aggro in with the judge. I mean, what else? Up close and personal seems to be the only real description for this damn weapon. I generally don't like it very much.
A force coming out from BDS as well means that they're getting taken down early for Roden. Really impactful to the economy. BDS need to be careful here.
I generally think it feels a bit like some bad odor when it comes to public transport. It's just annoying. You don't want it. Get it out of me. But either way, just getting away from the very odd topics of public transportation. Public transportation, indeed, directly into hell. That's at least what Shalabi does with Takas. Spike's gonna be hitting the ground though, nevertheless, and no paying attention to the elbow. Logan has one tough task up ahead of him. You could call it impossible.
Absolutely. Shalabi nails a third. I don't know if you caught that towards the middle of the round, but immediately after getting that long-range kill with the judge, a 3-tap, getting the kill over towards B short out of hookah, immediately planted the blast pack on the wall behind him, bumped straight towards that mid position to watch for any refrags coming through, play closer with that judge, you're going to do more damage, and a little bit unexpected, obviously, if the enemy player has pinged you out, has made your position known. So, I mean, I am really starting to like how Shalabi's turning it on here, especially on this defense. And you get a little bit of a replay here. You can see, look, 4 taps actually come on through. Immediately Satchel on the wall there to pump straight towards that mid. Really heads up. I think it's really, really intelligent play coming through from this new blood. And now up to 7 out of 8 on this Showstopper.
And they're entering the site. Brams once more with the judge, just waiting for the right kind of timing while his teammate already capitalizes on those kills. Brams is coming out of his little smoke there. And sure, Spike is on the ground, but boom. What? Hold on.
Roden.
Yeah, right, okay. He was the only one with 100 HP.
Goodness me, Roden nails it with the judge up close, and Vitality looking to retake fast. Roden now only has the shotgun.
That ain't happening. I mean, he's very, very lucky that that snake bite is not getting that close.
Yeah.
But he rather dies. No kill for you, friend. And this brings them closer to the tie.
I mean, he gets it with a snake bite in the end. But yeah, fantastic from Vitality. They're standing tall at the start of the half. They needed it. 8-4. A little bit further than you'd like to go, but their defense looking a lot stronger. And we spoke about, you know, proactivity and ingenuity on the attack. Just wasn't quite there on Bind. Fair enough, you know, maybe BDS are just going to know all of these strats. They're going to be ready. They're not going to be caught out by it. There's a lot more variability. You can leave Vipers alone on sites. You can leave potentially even Brimstones alone on sites. So you can sort of overinvest in those rotates when you need to. The Vitality still holds strong. And they're playing strong on this defense. They're playing a lot better. But if you're taking trades like that, it might go the other way.
Found one.
Spike's going to be hitting the ground once more. And well, Vitality are somewhat on a streak at this point, though that 3 versus 3 looks doable, as we see that the BDS side of things are waiting patiently for something too aggressive. Oh, that didn't go according to plan at all. Shall be the only one that could turn anything around, but Logan doing himself a favor and waits. Time to open up the sky, I would feel like, but nope. Easy as that. BDS bring number 9 in their favor, and obviously, again, if something worth mentioning, this map, their choice.
Absolutely, and against Vitality, you need to be taking that map. This team will not take it on their own map pick. I mean, Vitality as well, they chose to start on attack, by the way. They had the side choice, and to me, it feels kind of odd. Maybe they didn't expect their attacks to be thwarted as swiftly as it was by BDS, as effectively. Maybe it's a better idea to start on that defense, get those advantages in early and try and play to that momentum game. But you know what? I feel like they can still take it back here. Going over onto Icebox as well, this is a place where they can perform, where they can step up. And Vitality, I feel if they win here, it's going to be a 2-0 for Vitality, but they still have that way to go. They're 2 rounds down.
And I mean specifically Sinister from an economic forecast. It's not going to get any easier. But look who's playing hide and seek up there in the smoke. Is that beneficial though is the question, because oh no, that smoke is going to pass any second soon. But while the battle on A is happening, nothing seems to come that fast on the B side. But here they go, BDS engaged. And as they march on, the fight has started over the control.
Trying to get on towards this B site, but the teleports come through. There's still 2 over towards A for the defense as well. Tak has control of U-Hauls, but they're going to know about that. They're going to know that there can be a player. Seekers come through, and they're trying to invest these ults to stop this plant going in. Gatch has that spike, and Vac nails a shot, sees the elbow, and nails another for Gatch. Huge positioning coming through for Vitality. 2 kills answered by BDS, but with only 17 seconds left on the clock, Shalabi needs to hold out on the spike.
Yeah, they seemingly don't realize what's happening. Left, right, and center, the players are coming in. Logan is starting good! Oh no, this can't be the clutch of him. Tries to find the spike and even brings it down in time, but the wall bang should work successfully. It doesn't go according to plan. The wall has now been delivered, but 1 headshot from Logan. You gotta stay calm and patient. No need for hectic movements. And he works around, plays around, goes for another reload. Time is his friend, don't forget that. But once the spike goes up, no, it is not happening. What a wild round we finish this. But Vitality once more take it with just a single soldier standing. Oh, a little heart attack over here in round number 17.
Goodness me, I mean, absolutely phenomenal from Logan. Found 2 kills out of showers, moved on, got the spike down, found 2 more kills out on the open site, took 2 players down on a wall bang as well towards Cubby. Fantastic step up there. Vitality, it looked like they had it on lock. They took everybody else out.
Yeah.
They went down. Look at that flick, that headshot, the ADS there nailing the shot onto Brahms. It gets all the way on up as well, but it wasn't to be.
The ADS was the wild thing. Honestly, I didn't think that would be the case. But
I mean, sometimes it works, you know?
yeah, true.
Sometimes it works out. Not going to spot anything down long with the doggy. Has to fall back just a little bit on the defense for Vitality, but there's a spike and a Brimstone as well to back it up. 2 players in hookah, and now they're looking to use that utility to move on through.
Spike down.
Rude.
It's
Rude
absolutely
man.
this is so disrespectful. This goddamn stupid, annoying. Choose the word. It's disgraceful. But in the meantime, hey, yo, let me do the jump. He says, no opportunity for you as Akuma tries to jump out. Vitality seemingly look to hop into that driver's seat. Sender beheading the final player, bringing it to a 9-2-9. BDS got a decent amount of ults ready and also can get themselves another 2 for this round number 19, where it matters who's taking double digits first.
Yeah, I think that Vitality have the momentum here in terms of confidence. Shalabi is nuts on this judge. I mean, you can see his hand just there, and he's just like, click, 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 I'm getting kills. This is great. Getting 2 for a judge, that's great. Especially when you know that they're pushing up towards B, you can already start to isolate those angles. You've got presence over the rest of the site. You know that they're not going to be able to play up and sneaky with that judge. So you can take those ranged fights, and the pickup on the judge, not really going to impact it too much. That's what I think Shalabi knows. That's why he's playing so aggressive like that against pistols. And it executes perfectly. Now they're back over onto those rifles. BDS take a tactical timeout. Only 1 round won so far on this half. Looking pretty similar to Vitality's attack right now in terms of the round scores, and they weren't able to pick up a round until round number 9. So they're looking to try and turn the tables just that little bit earlier. Still yet to get a rifle over onto Gatch, so probably you're going to be investing in that. I think that the main question for me is, do you want to find an operator, challenge down that A short, or try and challenge on that B long, or are you going to stick to your guns? No, instead, just looking for another rifle, maybe to go straight on in with those Seekers early into that round. Viper's Pit available on both sides, and the showstopper close for Shalabi.
Well, I gotta be honest with you. Sure, John, I want to give you another heart attack. Rix is right now about to find a 13-8 victory against Alliance on Haven. So, just telling you that real quick. We definitely got exciting games coming at us tonight. And you obviously can also watch at Valorant Esports for the amazing Alliance versus Rix. But for now, we stick with the action we have. The mainly French duel that is right now being led by no one. We're tied up whilst the A side is being attacked.
Spike getting stuck on down inside of the snake of the Viper Pit there. As Gatch is going to be able to get that one in. They're going to keep that toxin screen up. There's plenty of force to be worried about. Sender takes the flank and Akuma goes down. So now we're playing at an advantage. Sender has that Viper's Pit progression as well. BDS answer with a rally of kills.
Yeah, even that revive will be used at the end of the day, but here comes the wall and another one. Oh, Takas is just running out in the open, knows about the players in Lambs. At least this is what it looks like. And this could be a surprise moment for the young player as only one more stands. Loki has probably no opportunity to turn this one around. The double digit secured, and here we go.
BDS take a crucial round with those rifles, keep that momentum in check just a little bit for Vitality, who now need to dig deep, pull it back. A lot of ults invested in that round. Both Viper's Pits, the res was taken as well to try and churn something out of this round. BDS do get the payout for it, but is it going to affect them in the long run? Loki still has that res available. You've got Vac with those Seekers. You've got the Showstopper and Shalabi. And the closest ult is the Showstopper on 4 out of 8 for Roden for BDS. This is going to be tricky coming up against these rifles, against such a heavy ult stack. Maybe not.
Disgusting usage of utility. I mean, perfect way to obviously clear out hookah. Don't get me wrong. And there's a smoke that's being put up to get lamps. Sender doesn't seem to be aware that this is a bit of an overused position by also his teammate Chalabi. So Brabs and Cole got once more a tough task up ahead of him. It won't be that easy. The very bellicose BDS put the spike down.
Moving on through, Vitality looking for the retake, but I don't think it's too likely here. Do they want to invest the Seekers, invest that Showstopper? I feel like Shalabi wants to move on forwards, but charging back on up. Brahms and Vac find one each, and now it's only 3 that they have to worry about. Smoke's going to be popped on in for Vitality as Brahms looks to tap the defuse, and Akuma takes him down,
works.
finds 2.
Brilliant stuff again. I gotta say, I just enjoy this sort of gameplay when it comes down to a team like BDS, who's, you know, who always been somewhat innovative. When Astra came out, early adopter of specifically that agent. Now, once more early adopter when it comes down to picking up a player called Gatch from Edelweiss, which is a beautiful little flower, in case you don't know. Mostly found in the Alps.
Okay.
Logo of a lot of Austrian and Swiss sprints and hiking courses and things like that. Whatever. Edelweiss. It's just a color. It's just a little flower. Remember it.
Inspiration for a song as well from The Sound of Music. So there you go. That's a little factoid. Don't worry about me. I'm up to date on my, 30s set musicals, something like that. Not entirely sure.
That's good.
Either way, up the B long they go, spike in hand towards that teleporter. BDS potentially looking to try and move through. No ults on the board for anyone at the moment, and BDS with the momentum advantage against pistols, looking good to take it to 12. This is their map pick. They need to do it here, and my exposition is done.
Thank you very much for that one. In the meantime, Act number 1 seems to be coming in with a flank. What Act number 2 is, well, it might be just very explosive. Or extinguishing the flames. Well, for now, it seems to be all working in favor of BDS, as also the Seekers are being used. They mean business, but the spike has been brought to the ground and delivered in the favor of Sender, who does not really land that snake bite according to plan, and now they try to counter each other. This is a brilliant ballback. Vitality are back in the fight, and Logan is the single soldier standing, beret on his head, but it doesn't make him the automatic elite that BDS needs, as he's hugging and clutching the corner close. 2 are coming back over the spawn. Another one from Hookah, as he found out previous. Oh, but he's scared. So many angles where they can come from. Now he knows that 2 are coming over the spawn. Logan seems to make this work. And will he become the hero? Yes, indeed. He's bringing it home for BDS. Number 12 secured. And it was on the edge. But Vitality can't strike with full force.
Logan back to the wall, pulls out the claws and turns to Wolverine in that final clutch there. Beautiful to be able to line them up from the spawn. Sender maybe needed to drop a little bit earlier, be more into that fight, had the advantage in terms of numbers, but Logan does not let it slip. BDS hold on, and now they're at map point here in game number 1.
I think a very classic French saying would be a sacre bleu. It seems a bit surprising in what we have witnessed, how BDS turned something around that seemed impossible. But sometimes you gotta make those impossible things work. 3 more rounds Vitality would need for an overtime, and I'm not quite sure BDS will grant them the favor.
Well, you are coming up against Brahms, who has that orbital strike. You're coming up against a full rifle squad, and if there's one thing we know about this Vitality defense, is that it is strong. We've seen it in the first stages of this half. BDS getting some good picks, but barring triple kills, it's not gone their way. Great way to start it off for Vitality.
Exactly the fashion they needed in, and the thing is, some of those ults will take some time for the BDS side, so those live insurances, they can't sign the contract yet, but good start from Logan. Second also granted. The heal from his teammates, it's available.
Able to nail out 2 kills is phenomenal for BDS to hold on there. Shalabi needs to hit that. Blast pack, heads up, keep it alive, keep yourself in the advantage with the position. Let your team come to you. Get those rotates to come through, because you've got that orbital strike to play for your back. Elbow controlled.
No
Logan
way.
takes Shalabi down at the back.
And he's waiting for it, doesn't he? Both have the same opportunity to use, but nope. None of them find anything. Brahms now spotted.
No.
Still finds the kill. So vital, so crucial. Leaving down to Rodent and Logan to be the ones turning it in favor of BDS. But will they do so? Brums can't put on the cape. And this brings them home. BDS successfully taken home Bind. After back and forth and back and forth, it is, at the end of the day, a successful blue, white, and pink